You've just touched on what may be the hardest issue right now in all of politics with the Second Amendment. We do have teachers that are armed today in Utah and have been for years. A lot of people don't know that we have teachers who have concealed carry permits, and they do carry in the classroom. We've been very fortunate not to have had any major school shootings like we've seen in Parkland and other places across the country. And I'm fearful. I have 4 kids in school right now. I have, well, 3 kids in school right now. 1 graduated last year, 2 in high school, and 1 in elementary school. I think what we're doing so far seems to be fine. I don't like the idea of forcing teachers to arm themselves. I don't think that's right. I'm much more interested in what we're seeing and the success that we're seeing when we have resource officers in the school. In my kids' high school, we have had a resource officer there for years. That resource officer helps, again, to protect the students. They haven't had to do that at our school. But there are so many other ways in which this resource officer helps, and that relationship between law enforcement and the students at an early age, where they come to an understanding and they're seen as truly a resource to help each other out. I think that's the better model. We're trying to figure this out right now. I don't have all the answers. We're looking at the evidence, best practices. We sent out a survey to every one of our schools, and we're finding out all the list of security measures that they've taken. And what we found out is only about half of our schools have resource officers. So one of the proposals we're working on is to get more funding to get more resource officers in these schools. So we do have a law enforcement present here. That's what they're trained to do. Teachers have enough on their plate. You know, again, if you have a teacher who wants to conceal carry and is trained to do so, I'm okay with that, but I would much prefer to put that obligation on law enforcement. Our teachers are underpaid and overworked and overstressed. We don't need to add one more thing to their plate. People don't go into teaching to think, I'm going to have to shoot somebody coming into my school. That's not what they're trained to do. They're trained to make our students the best and brightest in the country, and I want their focus to be there. So let's let law enforcement step in and fill that role.